And these are simulated sets. So what does that mean? Well, the very first clip that you're going to hear, he's just setting a stationary set. He's just moving his feet. He's firing his feet as fast as they can go. We're putting motion in the feet, but we're not chopping. We're not chopping the feet. Don't misconstrue. We're not trying to chop the feet. We're not trying to go up and down. We are just putting motion in the feet. It's like a typewriter. They call them typewriter feet. We want the feet activated. Okay, so what we do is we foot fire. Okay, all the drills that we do in pass protection, we foot fire. Coach Jim taught me this years ago, and it really helped me. It helped me in the sense that I can get these guys' bodies moving quicker, faster, sooner, okay, than they want to. It stimulates the central nervous system. It gets their bodies moving. I love to do these drills later in the week, even during the course of the season. These are just foot fires to start with, 2-point foot fires, okay? And now we're going to start working the kick slide. So what we'll do here is we're going to foot fire, fellas, and now we're going to take 5 kicks, kick slides to the right. We'll foot fire and settle. We'll come back inside with 5 posts. Then we'll hop back. We'll always incorporate the hop just because the feet are always near the ground, on the ground, and they're always in a position to anchor. So again, here's a good look at it. Here's the foot fire. Here are 5 kicks. They're firing their feet. They're posting them back inside. They're always moving the feet, and then they're finishing with a hop, just like they would in the game. So you're going to have a defender go outside, back inside, okay, then push up the field. We're just trying to simulate that motion and finish with a climb up on the bull rusher. Here's another look at it. Same thing, now just working the hands with it. Now just working independent hands. Here's a foot fire. Hands are moving outside in, square shoulders. I'm working my feet as fast as I can. The feet are skimming the ground. We want to skim the ground with the feet, cut the grass with the feet. We don't want to pick the feet up. We want the feet to move as tight as they can, as fast as they can, and as quick as they can, okay? Now this is a 3-point, okay? This is a 3-point jump set. So again, what you're going to see is the jump. You're going to see the foot fire off the jump, the reaction back inside to the post, the hopping back, and then the lifting up, okay, on the anchor. So again, as fast as you can move your feet, you want to move the feet. How fast can I move? How fast can I jump? How fast can I get my hands on a defender? How fast can I react back inside? We want the feet moving as fast as you can move the feet. Okay, this next set, okay, this just shows you a vertical set. They're just working their hands. They're just firing their feet. They're just getting accustomed to moving back, working just an outside-in jab, outside stab. It's like a jab outside. Okay, we call it a pillar punch, okay, and an inside move coming back, which would be the stab punch. That's all we do. Okay, this next set, okay, same set, same progression, okay, and this is on a bungee cord. And so what we like to do is we put this belt around them. It has a pulley system on it. This is a bungee cord. It's a longer cord with less tension on it. So what we do is we use some props, we use some aids, okay, to assist their speed. So this is the old towing speed deal that we've just taken into pass protection. If you can remember back, for a lot of you guys who coach track, when you're training a sprinter, you're trying to train him with speed. This is just an assistive way of showing you how to build how to build speed in your feet. So we tow a little bit more. So we do the same thing. We're moving the feet. We're taking the kicks. We're foot firing off on the last kick. We're transitioning backside into the post, okay? Using mixed hands, taking the hop, and finishing up. All while you're being resisted. I like this because it really allows you to train the player, okay, as you're working. You're not taking anything away from their athleticism, okay? We're not training robots here. But what we are doing is we are working and trying to increase their speed in their footwork. We're trying to get them to move quicker. We're trying to get them to move faster. We're trying to get them to react and redirect in one piece. If we can get one piece redirections, that's the goal. So we don't have to take false steps when you're going outside in or inside out. Okay, so we use a lot of these bungee cords for those purposes, especially with the tackles. These are big men, 330, 340, okay? I've got to get this fella. This is Morgan Moses, okay? We want to take this fella and we want to work him on a B angle. And we want to work him as square as we can. What we're trying to do is we're trying to pull. We're pull. So what we do is Carbs is sitting down at the other end, and he's not doing nothing but encouraging and getting 79 to toe, to pull, to run, to get this activated. Now the beauty of this is, what we found is through the years that you can train a guy on a bungee cord and not only just work the short area sets, but you can take him right down the field with you and make the corrections and make the body adjustments that they need to make. I'll give you, for instance, as he's working his set, his posture may be a little bit too forward. You'll tell him, hey, babe, I want to get more arch in my back. I want to get more arch in my shoulders. You'll see him make the adjustments as you're working the set. So again, I would say to you, let's continue the work. Let's work this aspect of the set. Now when we come back and redirect, get a little posture, move your hands, whatever your emphasis may be. Okay? We try to encourage them through that as we're working the sets. Same thing going back inside, same system. We're trying to fire the feet, make the redirect, and obviously keep the mixed hands and keep the squareness of the set as well. So we use a lot of bungees, okay? It just allows you to focus on those areas of playing long, playing balance, and obviously, okay, playing fast and quicker. So another thing that will come up as you're working these sets is he's getting towed, he's getting pulled, so there's some resistance in there. So you've really got to be tight in your core. You've really got to have your core engaged. And also, you're fighting this resistance. Okay, it's a lesser tension bungee, but this one obviously allows some tension where he's got to fight the resistance, and he's also got to be in a position to stay a little bit square and obviously have the mixed hands tied into it. Let me just point this out. Okay, here's a jump. It's an outside-in combination. Okay, he's redirecting back inside. Okay, and he's also got to have the ability to kick back outside. Okay, we're moving on through it. Okay, same thing. Now we're just into one-piece movements. Okay, so again, he may just get into a set. He's into his angle set. He's in an angle B set. He's working square shoulders. He's working fast hands, mixed hands. He's getting towed. He's foot firing. Now he's just working the wheel. So we say work the wheel. I have a rusher on my outside. Boom! I've hit him with my outside hand. I've come with my inside hand, whether I'm undering him, hay-belling him, stabbing him. But all of a sudden now that rusher's gone inside. He may have a grip on my inside arm. I'm just working the refit. I'm just working the wheel now as I redirect myself from outside in on this particular move. So I'm going from my post, I'm going from my kick to my post, not only transitioning my feet, but I'm transitioning my hands at the same time. Again, it's a simulated set. It's the same shit that happens in the game. All we're trying to do is mimic that movement, okay? And take all the rigidness out of the set. Try to get them to work in one piece, one movement, with fluid footwork, okay? And do it as fast as they can, okay? So this is just one piece, okay? Now how fast can you move, okay, and redirect? These are one-piece redirects. I'm working down in my post, and now I want to transition back to my kick, okay? I don't want to take any false steps. I want to make this as clean and as pure as possible, okay, with no wasted motion. And also gain leverage and gain position as you're redirecting. So when you work with your kids, everything is done in one piece. It's done with fast feet, quick feet, tight feet, and then when you're redirecting, you're trying to really press to keep your feet in the ground and make that redirect. That's why the skim is so important. That's why the foot fire is so important, that the feet are tight, they're moving. You don't see these big steps. You see quickness in the feet, and when they've got to redirect, they can redirect on the dime, or they can set an anchor, okay? I found it's one of the best ways, okay, to get them moving, okay, is using the bungees. Big men now, 320 pounds, okay, you've got to move them. You've got to move them. I'm 61 years old. I'm tired of yelling at them to move their feet. So we just use this guy down here, and they'll start moving their feet. Trust me, okay? There's a lot of tension on the cord, and when this thing is pulling them, they are pulling them, okay? And then we try to finish with a throw, try to finish with different techniques, finishing long, finishing up with an under. We try to give them, you know, every tool that they will use in a game. This is an instance of a settle set, okay, where the guard is settling off. He may have a one technique or a two-eye technique sitting on his inside edge. His eye progression may be outside. He's holding off for the center. We call that a settle set, no deeper than 2 yards. So we're going to sink it back vertically. We're not trying to get depth or separation from the center when we're uncovered. All we're trying to do is settle off the guard, maintain his post stagger, fire his feet, and be in a position to work outside and become the inside sideboard for the play side tackle in the help system. That's all this is. It's just a settle set, okay? It's presence with the inside hand. His eyes are still working on his backer, watching his backer. He may have to disconnect and go on pickup or disconnect on help. Okay, let me explain this. This is a smaller type bungee where the tension now on this particular cord is at 150 pounds. So there's 150 pounds of tension. This is a strong, strong cord. So once we start running off, they're going to get pulled. And you'll see a little bit right here when he's transitioning into the post, he kind of lost that squareness of leveling off the post. He got a little bit deeper. All I can tell you is he's a little bit deeper because this is strong. So as you're developing your players, you really got to engage your core to really fight the resistance, just like you would in a game against a rusher coming inside, and then make your redirect as smooth as possible. But this is all presented to make this a little bit more challenging when you've got to move in different directions, okay? There's another young player, Ron Patrick, okay? He's foot firing into a settle set, okay? He's kicking back out on the help and then strong back inside, trying to redirect in one piece, okay, and no false movements. This is just another simulated set. Whatever sets that you guys are using, whatever responses that you're seeing in the game, okay, that's what we try to build in. That's what I would encourage you to do. Same thing here, okay? We're just working really a short version of 3 kicks, 3 posts, foot fire, okay, back into a post, and now we're pivoting. So this particular drill, okay, isn't really any different. All we're doing here is adding a finishing technique where if you were setting a player on your edge, if a rusher's on your edge and he got even and he knocked your outside hand down and you're replacing with your inside hand, we call it a pull replace, okay? So we're pulling, replacing, and we're pivoting on the inside foot to take the ride up the field. So we work these different movements, simulating the same types of set. So again, here you're going to see the foot fire, the kick out, okay, the post down, okay, kick back out, and then you're going to see the pull and then the ride. We try to emphasize that inside hand on the inside shoulder point to take that ride up the field on the rusher. Just another movement, okay, to emphasize to your guards, to your tackles, okay, as they're finishing and they're riding the arc up the field. Okay, so this is a little bit of the shorter one. Again, kind of the same thing, a little bit more tension, okay, and again, just a good short area set, subtle set, off the shorter bungee, the same redirect, okay, and foot fire coming back inside. Okay, let's see what we got here. This particular set now, if you want to build speed with your tackles, if you want to build speed on your set, and you want to build range on your set, okay, this is another way to do it, okay? The short bungee, putting the player at a 45-degree angle or more based on the set that you're working, and then the toe, okay? Now this is a big man. This is a big man, and he's got to move his feet. So again, the assistance that you're going to get off the speed is going to allow him to stretch his kick. So we always talk about taking 3 kicks on an angle B set. Jim's talked about it. Everybody's talked about it. Staying square through that kick, but then working continually 5th kick, 6th kick, 7 kicks. You may take 10 kicks, whatever it takes. Okay, but he's getting towed. This toe is a strong tension toe where it's taking him out on that angle, and it is moving him. It is forcing the tackle to move his feet much faster than he wants to, okay? The training effect off of it is pretty good as well. So what you're going to see is a little bit more of a slighter angle, the angle being decreased, and there's the push out, there's the hand being activated, and all we're doing is working a little bit tighter of an angle B set, okay? But we're really trying to maximize that stretch of the set, trying to gain that range that we talked about, okay? Let me just go back and show you a resistive. Now we just do it the opposite way. Okay, now we're not going to assist them. We're just going to resist them, okay? A lot of training, okay? So we can still train all the mechanics that we want. We look at it every day. I would encourage you to do it with your players. Put them on a bungee so you can make all those corrections. They can see themselves. They can make the corrections that you need to, and you can improve your sets. Okay. Oh, Bob, I don't know, honestly. I don't know, but I would tell you that it's much lighter. I wouldn't say it's way under 100 pounds. But that's the yellow bungee, that speed one. Carbons, where's that yellow bungee from?
Power Systems sells it. It's called the
Yeah.
Accelerator.
Yeah. You can get one at 120 pounds of tension, 150. Those are 150 pounds of tension. And so the other ones, Bob, that we used years ago, those are just the rubber band, the rubber tubes. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't tell you pounds per press. I couldn't tell you the tension pounds on it. Okay. Okay. Here's an example of the guard. So you saw the tackle. This is an example of the guard getting towed on it, okay? Again, stretching his set, staying as square as he can for as long as he can, getting through those movements where his feet are tight. He's working off the insteps, okay? His feet are always in the ground. They're always in the ground. We don't like picking them up. They're always on, near, close, firing as fast as they can, okay? We want to gain a lot of range, okay? We want to build speed in the set, okay? And that's what allows us to build that speed. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay. So, again, there's a lot of resistance here, okay? So the guard's going to get stressed. He's going to have to push through that resistance. And when you're pushing through this, it just allows you not to have to tilt. There's this old term of tilting yourself inside a little bit when you're kicking outside to hold your weight. This is just a good example of the player. You can feel your weight inside as you're getting pulled. You're feeling it, so you don't have to lean or tilt as you're getting pulled. As you're kicking out and you're getting resisted. Okay, you've really got to stretch your kick. That kick has to be exceptionally strong to gain that ground, and you're gaining it grudgingly, but you're gaining it in a strong manner. Okay, what else do I got here? Okay, so. This is just a couple clips just to show you, okay, we're pulling here, and now we're just going to pivot this guard. Oh, shit, he's got to pull. Oh, shit, I got to recover on an outside move. How do I do that? How do I pull that outside hand, pivot, okay, with the inside hand on placement, we get that toe. So you can get an example of how strong that tension is in the short area. It will move your ass. It will move you. It will force you into some movements. And that speed, okay, they get the feel of that speed, what it feels like to go a little bit faster. And then the training effect off of it is to take those cords off and then go back and set those sets again on air. And they can feel the difference, and they can feel the training effect of getting a little bit quicker and a little bit faster on their sets. Okay, so this is Trent Williams, okay, and he was with, Chris Forster was there before I got there, and Chris had him on these ankle bungees. He loved this. He absolutely loved this. And this is something that he does. He likes tying his feet together, and this is just a good example of watching a tackle taking a C-angle set, working, because we do have some verticals that we have to take at times, okay? There are some sets that we have to get a little bit deeper on. And this is one of them, where it's practicing, okay, getting a little bit deeper, a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. But the point I want to make to you is, when they do something like this, they're working off their inside foot. He's really kind of pivoting, okay, and pushing off the big toe. He wants that toe, the ball of the foot, to be pushing off, and really his outside kick foot or his staggered foot here, it barely gets off the ground. Here's what I want to convey to you. The quickness, okay, of the inside foot really sets the angle and sets the speed of the set. So if you watch the inside foot skim, he is really working quicker, faster. You can see the splash happening, and he's getting as deep as he can, as fast as he can, with limited wasted motion, okay? A la Joe Thomas, okay? Getting back. How fast do you get back? How do I get back? I may use my arms a little bit to thrust back. I may pull my head and shoulders back, but the main point is pushing off that inside foot, pushing off the inside pivot of your knee so that you can get a little bit more momentum back into your set. Get that pivot and that push off, okay, to get that immediate depth, okay, without a wasted motion, without a big kick or a motorcycle kick, okay, which a lot of guys coach. I'm not against it. I just like the feet always being on the ground, near the ground, so if they have to redirect or if they have to set an anchor as fast as they can, they have that ability to do so. Okay? Any questions there? Okay, let's move on. Let's just take a look at this. This is just, we use a sandbag. We just try to load their hands a little bit, okay? And what we try to do is, all we're trying to do is try to load their hands, work the bungee, and now just work on just posture, okay? So the guard's got the bag, okay, and it's a 50-pound bag. And what we try to do here is just work the total body, okay? So again, I'm working the feet, I'm working the legs, I'm getting the resistance, but I'm also working the bag. And what the bag allows us to do is, same shit. Tired of talking to players, hey, get your shoulder back. Hey, build an arch in your back. Hey, let's get some pop. So all we do is we get a 50-pound sandbag. This idea came from Jim Hannafin from years ago. Here's what I found about the bag. The higher the bag goes up, the more natural arch you build in your back, and the more that your head goes back as well. A lot of times when players begin to move, okay, in their sets, you'll see them start to get waist bended, or you'll start to see them roll the shoulders over, or the hands drop. So this is just a way to emphasize getting the hands up, getting them in the on-guard position, okay, working their hands a little bit, keeping the elbows tight, and making all the redirect movements that we just talked about possible. It is a bitch. It is a bitch. It will wear them out, okay? Again, we're not trying to kill them, but they're accustomed to working the bags every day. They'll get out, they'll work them. It's just now, we'll take the bags, and the next progression into it is working the punch off it. So everything, again, is working in one piece movement, one piece snap off, one piece punch. So the left guard here has a 3 technique that may be a little bit wider. He's kicking out to him. We have a TE stunt, or the 3's coming up the field, and we're taking him on. So as we take him on, we want to get to a 3 kick. We want to really plant. We'll make sure our feet are planted, make sure that they're rooted, and then snap the 3 off. Snap them off all in one piece. Now, after we've snapped them off and gotten long on the snap off, we want to redirect back inside for the loop. So again, we're just trying to construct all these particular sets so they can build in the responses and the reactions, okay, to either an inside move or a snap off to a loop coming inside on a gamer twist. Okay? Is everybody with me on this one? Okay, let's watch the next one. Same thing. Now you can jump off of it, the same thing. I'm going to take a jump as fast as I can, okay, redirect back inside, okay, just hold the bag in position so my hands are coming up. I like doing this because it really forces you to bring your head, snap your head back, okay? It puts balance into your set immediately. The hands are loaded. They are loaded, okay? And the feet really got to fire. The feet are firing, the hands are loaded, and you're fighting this resistance, okay, going down the field. So this is some work for about 4 seconds. And there's a finish off. Maybe he's anchored off, and then the tackle has gone inside, and now he's going to finish them a little bit longer, okay, with this type of a throw, okay, 50 pounds, okay? So what I say is if you really want fast hands, okay, you got to have fast feet. So the feet really have to move. So all we're trying to do is simulate all the different types of footwork that you could potentially get in a set. So again, here's a settle set by the right guard, and he's sliding out, and he's going to snap off. Same thing. He's going to snap off just like he was snapping off a 3. The point I would make to you when you're snapping off and you're working these sets is you're getting long in your legs. You're lunging, you're getting long, you're staying square. The outside foot wants to be a little bit up, okay, a little bit further, okay, as we would say. But again, as long as that outside leg gets planted on the snap off, this is firmed into the ground. This is snapping off with length, okay? And he's in a position now with that outside foot set in the event that he has to redirect back inside. So we're snapping off and we're redirecting inside, just like you would snap a 3, okay, on a TE stunt and be ready for the loop back inside. We practice that movement. We practice that mechanic. Here's the same thing for the center. Takes a whole set, fires his feet. The feet are firing. He slides it off, snaps it off, and comes back inside into the hole, okay? This is another one here. There's another foot fire off the short bungee, okay, which is, again, it's just a little bit stronger, a little bit more tense. We're foot firing, 3 kicks, snap, launch, and then be in a position to redirect. The only thing I could tell you here, fellas, is that we're trying to snap this off, okay, with as much speed as we can. So when we come inside, we try to launch inside for those loops that occur in the pass in the pass stunt game. Here's the guard firing, posting, snapping down the TT game, getting long, getting rooted, getting long, snapping off, okay, playing long with his hands, okay, staying balanced. So what this does for us, because we cannot work against each other, and then, of course, during the season, we've only got about 8 men on the roster, 8 linemen, so we do these things after practice, just to stay fresh and keep the toolbox sharpened up a little bit, okay? Let's talk about a couple other ways of doing things, okay? This was Tyron Smith in Dallas. Paul Alexander gave me this, okay? Probably he doesn't remember this, but we were talking before a game one time, and he's saying, I'm going to get my tackles, okay, on these poles to keep their shoulders square, okay, to get them to feel squareness. So when we first got Tyron, when I first got to Dallas, he was a right tackle. We flipped him over to the left side. We were just trying to train him how to stay square, how to keep squareness in your set, okay, as you're working your different angles. Same thing, okay? And to your point, Scott, okay, if we're working down the field, you can use a lighter bungee. You can take them all the way down to the end zone if you'd like. Jeremy Parnell, who was a basketball player that came to us, never played the game. Same thing, we trained him. He's a starting tackle in Jacksonville. Same thing, okay? Mean son of a bitch, okay? But this guy, he's going to stretch. He's going to keep those shoulders square. But here again, get your shoulders back. Get an arch, okay? All right? Just want them to feel what that feels like in their movement skill set so they understand, hey, I know what squareness feels like. I know how to get onto my range and keep my shoulders as square as I can, okay? So we use these sticks. This was a guy we had, Ron Leary. Frank and I had him down in Dallas, okay? He's with Denver now, okay? Again, real square by the guard. We're just trying to work movement, trying to work squareness, okay, so we can maintain that premise, okay, and get them to feel it as well. Okay, what else do I got? Okay, if you want, we have guys who flail, okay? We have guys whose arms flail when they're setting. I think we've all had that. Guys that come out when you're setting or sliding, their elbows start to come away from their body. We still like to keep them tight, keep them in the cylinder, keep them engaged, okay, in line with their hips so they're not outside flailing all over. These guys at times like to put bands on them. This wasn't my idea. This was their idea. They like these bands. They'll put the bands on them so they can keep their elbows in tight, okay, and maximize, obviously, their carriage or their arm carriage, okay, the way they're holding their arms, okay, in pass pro. Let's talk about anchor. This is anchoring, okay, and the progression, okay, as you start out in training camp is relatively simple, okay. This is just the old push drill that everybody does with the hands behind the back, and this is Coach Mudd's hop, okay, going back and just basketball playing, just hopping back. And when we hop back, okay, the same emphasis, we're not trying to get air time with the feet, we're just trying to hop back, okay, get our feet behind us, okay, and lower our center of gravity so we can build that arch, build that buttress and that bridge, okay, to uproot this defender that's rushing us, that's bullying us. So this is just the start, okay, of this progression, all right? And everybody does it. Every line coach in our league, when we go out and work out players, we just begin with this premise. We just take the player, okay, and we put their hands behind their back, and we just want them to get the feel of what that's like, just to hop back and get themselves rooted, okay, into their anchor. Same thing here, okay? Those are examples. A lot of you have seen them through the years. Then we just try to train the legs and the hands at the same time. So we always want to have one hand fitted while one hand is refitting. We never want to refit both hands as we anchor back with 2 feet. We want to make sure we're stable, that we have stability with one hand locked out, that we're connected to as we refit and we hop back on this particular anchor. So here's one hand, boom, there's the next hand. It's a real tight rub. It's a tight rub with those hands, okay, to get back under the shoulder pits, to get back underneath the chest plate, and then obviously to also incorporate the hop. We're trying to build that bridge. We're trying to build the buttress. We're trying to get as tight as we can. We're trying to get this spine. We're trying to get him up and get him out of that, obviously out of that bull charge, okay? So again, trying to prevent a lot of overextension, okay, on the hop, trying to get rooted the best that we can with two hands, okay? Pretty good example there. Okay, now we're going to move on. So we'll use that short tension bungee, okay, just to get the pull, and your players would feel this on air. If you just trained your players how to hop, you get a little bit of tension. You can see the pull right there when he's finished, okay, how it will pull him out, okay? It's a strong cord, but again, he's got to fight that resistance. So when we're talking about body mechanics on this, we're saying, hey, we want the whole foot in the ground. They're slightly toed out. We want to get their knees under their hips, okay? We're just working the feet straight back, okay? Boom, it's just a quick shuffle back, just a skim that comes back and gains ground. Again, the feet don't elevate up in the air on the hop. It's a very quick movement, subtle movement, okay, that we're trying to focus on. And then from the side, you get a good picture of it as well. And here's a good look at how the tension on the anchor can really help you. Okay, so what we try to do is, man, we get as much as we can. We're hopping it back, okay, trying to keep the feet as close to the ground as we can, working for the two-hand lift so we can obviously come under, okay, and get ready to throw or anchor or counter or whatever we have to do. Pretty good look at just teaching a player how to anchor. Now, we had this fellow, Brandon Sheriff from Iowa. He came to us from Iowa as a left tackle, moved him to right guard, so his whole skill set, okay, his muscle memory was all out of whack when you move a guy from left to right. We went through the same thing in Dallas with Zach Martin, the same exact thing in terms of flipping a guy over, flipping all their skill sets, but he adapted pretty quickly, pretty damn quick, and has really worked his ass off, okay, to learn how to anchor and do the things that we're doing. Okay, now, this gets a little bit more interesting. We bag them up and do the same hop. Now we just load their hands and try to get them in a position. Oh shit, now they really got to set that anchor and keep the hands up, okay? Now we get, oh, let me take this one back. Okay, this is the next drill we do with it is we'll put a rusher on them, okay, and we work together, and what we'll do on that bag is we'll get the push just like he would normally get in the game. So that bag kind of represents the balance aspect of the anchoring because you get into these funny body positions when you anchor. So all these movements are different. They're different each and every time. So how do you simulate that and how do you practice that? Okay, that's the challenge. And you guys may have way better ideas than we do. So we're open to it. But I would tell you, this is one of the drills that we do to set anchor, and then also, as a defender is working your hands and your arms, staying tight and squeezed at the elbow points and still keeping the extension in the arms as you're getting moved side to side, or you're getting moved straight back, or you're getting moved slightly on a hard shoulder angle. We try to simulate all those types of movement. The next thing is the bag. The fellow Russian is working the bag, and as he works the bag, he keeps it right where it's at. You can work it stationary so they get the initial feel of it. And as you progress, you take that bag and you start moving that bag as you're working your angles, okay? And you keep it within the framework of the body, but now you force a little bit more of an awkwardness and more of a balance control, okay, and a counter control, okay, for the protector as he's working the anchor. But all the time, okay, the feet are moving. They're always going to be in the hop, okay? He's engaged. He's in a clinch. He's working the hop back. He's getting his feet set. The elbows are squeezing. He's trying to break that rusher's momentum, okay? So here we are again in this clinch. And like I mentioned to you, we're going to keep working the back. Now, he's anchoring. He's getting pushed, okay? And he's getting towed somewhat because this is a strong band now, okay? And he's getting pushed to the side. And he's getting side-to-side movement, and the bag is going up and down. So there's a lot of balancing taking place. I would recommend to you when you work this with your players, go slow. Start slow. Okay? These guys know how to work with each other, okay, in terms of not getting their heads involved. The head's back, the shoulders have got a good arch in his back here, okay? He's setting this anchor all on different angles, okay? He's hopping this way. He may have to hop to his right. He may have to hop back inside. But he's working the angles as he's trying to control the bag and the rusher at the same time. So again, a lot of balance that's incorporated into the drill, always trying to get back to relative balance, trying to move the bag up, down, all around, okay? Trying to get a high hand. This is a little bit tougher. Everybody knows that a rusher will get a lineman in a position where his hands get high. He gets his hands up in here, okay? He gets into this position, and then you got to obviously manufacture the refit coming back underneath, okay? I hope I haven't lost anybody, have I? Okay, all right. So these types of drills, okay, we can't do against our D linemen when you get into the season. These are drills that we'll do post-practice. These are drills that we'll do in the off-season just to try to build that anchor system. So again, anything that you can do to manufacture it, okay, bring the bag down, bring it up, keep the separation, all challenging. It is a strain on the player, okay, to execute this technique, but especially the guards, because you're trying to keep the pocket as firm as you can. This is just a method. This is just a way, a suggestion of how to anchor your players, okay? Any questions there? Okay, let's take a look at 61, okay? This is the center. So we just tell them again, hey, let's focus on not getting bounced back. Let's be really strong with the feet, okay? Really, really tight with the elbows. Squeeze those elbows, okay? The bag has got to get controlled. You're getting pulled back with some tension. Get into the anchoring aspects of this is we'll flip our hips. So what we'll do is we'll get into these positions. We'll put them in a bad angle position, and then we'll just flip their hips. You've got to be able to learn how to flip your hips in your anchor, okay, as you're working these different angles. So as you're getting towed and pulled, you're going to get in a position where, oh shit, I got to get my anchor back down, okay? How do I do that when I'm in a bad position? I got to be able to flip my hips. I got to really flip my inside leg back, get it back into that square, balance, relative. Let's talk about this. When you're in a clinch, okay? Okay, you're vicing up. Okay, learn this from Will Shields. You're viced up, you're squeezing your elbows inside. You may buckle, okay, one of these shoulders, okay, all right, with your elbows. If you can't get it, I'm vicing up, I'm squeezing. I'm vicing, I'm squeezing the elbows in so I can build that bridge with my anchor, with my 2 feet. That's a method, okay, of trying to control a bull rusher. Another way of doing it is, here I'm inside, I've got my hands inside, I'm hopping back, and now I'm just going to take my outside elbow, and all I'm going to do is snap it right on his outside elbow. I'm going to try to snap and buckle, okay? That's how I learned this from Scott. Just trying to buckle, okay, that outside shoulder to break that spine, to break that force, to break that push, okay, that you're potentially getting, okay? So again, just different ways of trying to buckle a guy and learn how to squeeze off or snap off, okay, a bull rusher who may be long-arming you and you can't get your outside hand, your inside hand refitted or re-rubbed back in. You may just buckle, snap, squeeze, and vice his outside shoulder. That's just a buckle, okay? That's all I'm just showing you, just different ways, okay, how to snap down, okay, against a bull rusher that's giving you a lot of forward momentum, okay? Okay, any questions on anchor progression, okay? All right, I had a bunch more clips, but I got a lot of things. I got 700 clips on this goddamn thing. Okay, all right, let's just talk about punching for the last 15 minutes, okay? This is some phase 2 drills, okay, where we start slow and we gradually speed up the power punching, okay? So we really try to train with precision. This is just the old Bertha bag, okay? And all we're trying to do here is stay rooted in our feet, try to get the pillar punch moving, try to get the rotation of the punch going as well. Still working the pillar, okay, where Scott will talk to you about latching and screwing and punching with the tip of the spear. You guys all learned that here at this clinic. Okay, same thing, but now I'm just trying to focus on power punching the guard so they get the feel of what that's like. And we go slow at first, and then we just keep building on it. But they work the shit out of it, okay? In season, out of season, they get the feel of rotating their hips, okay? Getting that little bit extra on the jam, speeding up their hands, and power punching, okay, in the short area. Just trying to work their hands and keep them active. If you want fast hands, you've got to train fast hands. So we do a lot of this, okay? This is our guy, Ty Nasecki, who came to us from the Arena League 2, okay? Came out of nowhere. He's 31 years old, ended up having 4 starts for us at a critical time. But this is just kind of a shot when you need when you need some power punching inside with your inside hand, you can really inflict some damage. You can really sting a guy with a good inside, long arm, power, punch. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get long and strong on all of these punches that we incorporate into the system. That's just power punching, teaching your body how to generate explosive power, explosive control at the same time, and we're just trying to get them to get a feel for these types of drills. That's power punching, okay? This is speed hands, okay? So one of the most important aspects or components to this whole thing is the speed of the punch. Okay, so we just take them for about a 10 to 15 second interval, okay, get them rooted, and all we're trying to do is build hand speed on the bags. Different combinations. Learned this from Tunch Ilkin years ago. How fast can you move your hands, keep your elbows tight, okay, get rotation, work them fast. If you want fast hands and you want to practice fast hands, okay, you got to hit bags. You got to do it as fast as you can. You got to work their hands constantly, okay, every day, some type of drill where they're working their hands, okay? Where they're working an explosive release of energy, explosive releases of force, okay? And getting them to play long with explosive quickness, okay? That's what we like. And it's a mindset. And we try to build some urgency in it and build it up, go slow to fast, just different ways, different mechanisms of trying to get those hands active and get them moving. We do it with all of them. Rotate the guards through, we rotate the tackles through, okay? But we really want their arms to be loose. A lot of guys, when they start punching, feel like they got to tense up and punch it like this, and everything is tensed up. So we want no tension in the bicep, no tension at all. We want loose arms, okay? And really, that last 2 to 3 inches, boom, that's where your power is going to come from. Again, tip of the spear, palm of the hand, bringing the hands as fast as you can, okay, and releasing that tension. We don't want tense players. We want you to be loose. We want you to be quick and explosive as you can, okay? So you're moving your hands. You're building speed with your hands, okay? Here's the next thing here. Just staying rooted, okay? Moving the hands as fast as he can, okay? Trying to build speed, trying to correct his posture at the same time as he's working the hands, okay? A lot of fast hands. There's a lot of things that we do, okay, to really beat the fractional second that you got to work on to get your hands. This guy's got great hands now. Okay, he's just blessed with pure natural athleticism. He's got really fast hands. They're quick, they're sudden, okay? They can get into your body in a heartbeat. And it's one of the hardest things of a lineman to do is letting their hands go, okay? They're really more reactive. They want to catch, okay? They don't want to punch. They don't want to extend. This is a good shot. I'm coming out, working an outside-in punch, okay? Just working the hands. Setting your hands with speed. You could have a little drill where you're just working to set your hands as fast as you can, okay? This is just nothing more than your toolbox, okay? How fast can your hands get on them? How fast can you get your hands on them? So we do this against each other anytime we can, okay? We're trying to get the hands on them. Get the hands on them. Get your thumbs grabbed, get your thumbs squeezed in, okay? We're just trying to hammer that point home, okay? Those are all the tools, okay? Those are the tools of an offensive lineman. Carpenter's got hammers. Chef's got knives, we've got hands. We've got to use them, okay? So if you're going to punch, okay, you've really got to have, if you're going to have fast feet, you got to have the fast hands to go with it. They complement each other, okay? Hand flow, okay? Just some things we do, okay, that we've done in the past. I've learned this from the players when I was in Dallas, okay? Tyron Smith and a lot of our players in the offseason before they reported back in April, okay, started training with Randy White's old martial artist teacher, okay, and they did a lot of hand flow, okay? They did a lot of different things, okay? Just the wipe, check, okay? Wipe, check the elbow, and then lock out on the near point, okay? Just a little quick hand flow, okay, to work their outside arm or their inside arm, and they change positions, okay? This is another flow that they did, okay? Just working hands, okay? It's a wipe, it's a check, it's a lockout, and then they cross arms, okay, and they do it on the other side as they're continuing to move back. But if you want to have fast hands, okay, work drills like this, workflow drill. Scott Peters has a ton of them, okay? Any way that you can to build the speed of your hand and the quickness of your hands, okay, just helps you maximize, okay, their hands in a game, okay? That's what this is all about, okay? And there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to work the different flows. We like to work it where they're always working back on an angle, working their normal sets, working their normal movements, getting the feel for the hands, having the game slow down, okay, as they work these different movements, okay? Any questions there? This is a jump set, okay? This is a jump set on the Bertha. As I finish up here, I just want to leave with these couple sets that you can watch. This is just how fast your hands and feet were. This is a forward jump where the guard out of a three-point is firing his feet at the three technique, but he's bringing his hands and feet right now, okay? And they're tight and they're quick. Howard calls it like creeping their feet up there, just creeping them up, but we want to be fast with the hands. How fast can we get the hands on them? How fast can it get in? Okay? Here's an outside-in combination, okay? Then we build it, we keep working it. Just, again, this is a tight three, loose three. If we're within striking range, okay, we're on them right now. We want to get on this three. We want to get on this tackle, okay, with as much disruption as we can. We want to create this disruption, try to create disorientation, okay, where you really disturb the rusher, okay, from coming up the field. Now we feed the bag. This is more of a lateral jump, okay, all right, where this is the old Bob McKittrick drill, right, Frank? Okay, where we're just feeding the bag, okay, and timing up the strike distance. Maybe that defender's out a little bit wider, okay, and all we're doing is coming out and working the same combination. The three's out there, we're going to jump him right now. We want to get hands on him as fast as we can, okay? That's closing space, closing distance, okay, and closing that time, okay? Time and space are the enemy, Coach Mudd said, long time ago. So here we go. Here's the right tackle. He's jumping. He's jumping right now. Okay, he's firing his feet, and what we do off the independent punching, off the pillar and the stab, is we launch back inside into a post. So this is, again, another drill where you're not only working your hands and your punch, but you're working the feet and you're working the redirect into the feet as well. Okay, so again, try to reduce the unpredictability, okay, of a rusher by jumping him. Limit him right now, okay, and disrupt his movement, disrupt his rhythm, and get on him as fast as you can. We try to do whenever we can. And if you're going to accentuate a little bit more footwork and foot fire, we back off the bag a little bit just so that he can feel the feet fire as fast as they can to get the outside in punch, okay, and get the redirect launch off of it. He may even incorporate a little bit of a four-point combination in there, okay, just for contact purposes, just to work his hands a little bit faster, okay? So you can incorporate anything that you'd like into it, okay? We've got this little Bertha here, this little bitch bag here, okay? So we come in here, we'll go ahead and we'll work the jump, okay? And then we come back and we'll work Scott's hay bale, okay? Where we get long with the inside, and that inside hand's coming under, where we're really snapping our hips and trying to get this. This is one area that we're trying to work on a little bit more and trying to get a little bit better on, okay? Good example of it from the side, okay? Outside in, along with the hay bale coming back under, okay? So we really teach them again, you know, not to freeze up, to be really loose, be really quick and fast with the feet and the hands, okay? And then building in those types of responses, okay, where you can take a defender where you want to take them, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at these last things here, and I'll get off the stage here, okay? Let me just find a couple of these in practice. So this is a little bit of a up kick, okay? Okay, where we're getting up on them right now. How fast can we get that hand and close that distance, okay, and get back into our second combination? 73 gets stabbed on his outside shoulder point, okay, and obviously gets the inside arm back into his chest, okay, redirects back inside, okay. We stay connected, and we're going to take a ride, okay. This is a jump set, okay, where we just unloaded here, okay. I just put this on because I just absolutely love this clip. Your run action protections, okay, that you have, really unloading, trying to come to balance a little bit faster with your hands, but he was a little pissed off that day and came off the ball a little bit hard, okay. This is a lateral jump, okay. This is a lateral jump by the right guard, okay. He started on an angle set, changed his set plan, and came out on a lateral jump, okay, with an outside in jump. How fast can you get those hands on him, okay? That's pretty good. That's not bad. That's a pretty good example of what that set looks like, okay? And we film everything, film every drill, every set, 10 different ways that you can, okay, to try to create these angles so the players can see them. We want our guys to see these angles every day that they come out on the field, okay, or into the meeting room. We want them to see their sets. We want them to see their hands, where they're getting placed, where they're getting targeted, okay, and how they're finishing off, okay? This is the left guard, okay? He's using a little bit of a double underset here, okay, with his hands, okay? And then, obviously, he's going to combat the long arm. He's going to trap it with his inside hand, okay? just the way, okay, to get the long arm off you. Okay, a lot of guys ask that question, Coach, how do I get the long arm off me? Keep one in, okay, tight rub, reflex, boom. Okay, take the middle at the perennial nerve and bam, trap it right on down. Okay, here's the next shot, okay, of a late jump here, okay. This is a late jump by the left guard, okay, gets redirected by this tackle coming in, okay, coming back out, coming back to his inside, and he gets a little, feels it, okay. He feels it. He's got a little bit late. He's taking the redirect off that left. He's a little bit late with the left. He's fast with the right, okay? He's kind of mired in here. He's a little bit clinched, and he's got to be ready with that inside hand. Really good awareness. But all I can tell you is, okay, did we coach that? No. Did we tell him to do that? No. All we do is we build that in. We just practice that. So building fast hands, building fast counters, that's all a part of the teaching progression that you guys want to utilize, okay? Last few sets here, okay? This is a good jump here by the left guard. He's taking the 3 on. He's closing distance. He's closing space. He's getting on the 3 right now. How fast can you get on him? How fast can you get go working a little bit forward with his feet? Okay, he keeps a post inside. He's not completely lateral here, okay? But this is pretty good. This is pretty good here. He's not completely parallel, I should say. But this is pretty good. He's got a hand placement. He's got punch. He's got shoulder disruption right now. Now he can go ahead and work his counter. There's a spin off. There's a separation off the spin that he's going to counter off to. This is a jump with really good reset hands, okay? Really good. He jumps. Now I got to reset my hands back inside. Got to get back to my anchor. So all that progression just teaches you, say, hey, fast hands, fast feet. I've got my hands where I want to be. I want to get my hands refitted, okay? Here's that wheel that we talked about earlier where that outside hand comes back under. That's the simulated set movement that we talked about. That's what you're seeing. So, again, trying to mimic all those movements that you're going to see in a game, okay, that are going to occur. We try to expose it to the player, okay? Here's 63 on a jump, okay? This is a rookie player that we got really late last year in training camp from Akron, Isaiah Williams. Really good hands player, really good. Got really good hands. He's got good strength. He's got a quick jump. This is what we're talking about. If you can get this jump and get him disrupted before he lands that second step, that's a goal. We've disrupted his feet. We put his feet on a tightrope here, okay? And now he's completely off balance. We have a real chance to own this rush right here, okay? Obviously, boom, here's a good set with the hands, and then the ability to refit and clinch, okay, or vice up on the finish, pretty well executed, okay? This is a really good jump set, okay? Here again by 63. He jumps pretty good. He gets fast. Sometimes that hand comes right across that grill as he works for that outside, number. But the speed of the hands and the speed of the feet, okay, are all incorporated into the set. How fast can you get on a guy? How fast can you close him? How fast can you get your hands? This is constantly preached, teached, coached, emphasized, okay? That's kind of the world we live in, okay? Because we got to keep the pocket. We got this quarterback who is a rich son of a bitch right now, okay? Okay, and we got to protect his little ass. So we want to take these guys on as fast as we can. Good example of the outside hand, the inside hand clamp. The thing that I told you earlier, trying to work a little bit more hay bell, trying to get better with that inside hand coming underneath. Okay, we think that can help. Last one, Bob. Okay, this is it. This is a really good jump going forward by this kid. Really fast feet. He's got to come a little bit wider. So the two things I would say to you is, both that I've learned from Jim is, you have a forward jump, okay, where you're firing your feet and you're going forward. If that defender is on you, if he's within the striking distance, okay, of your stance. If he's off your body and he's wider, we go a little bit more lateral with a foot fire, then we jump. So it's a little bit more of a lateral jump than it is a forward jump. The point being is that both of those jumps are on the line of scrimmage, all right, where we're not giving ground.
How are you guys doing? Andy Ryland here with USA Football, looking at some more of our Miami Dolphins exclusive OTA footage. We're back with the offensive line today and doing one of my favorite drills, the continuous set. This is another one of the drills that we've shown you with our high school players in our skills and drills library, but today we're going to look at it at the NFL level. To set this drill up, we're going to have 3 to 4 players in a straight line holding hand shields. One by one, they're going to jog towards the offensive player who's taking a pass set posture. He's going to set back punch, and repeat that 4 times. This is going to stress his technique as the multiple attackers are going to provide a stimulus to make sure he is holding on to his technique when things get tricky. So on the snap of the ball, he assumes a good posture. Player 1 attacks, he has a great punch. He immediately reloads, prepares for the next one. After 4 shots, he's done. Set punch, set punch, set punch, set punch. When you watch these guys work, really look at how their feet come alive. They're buzzing their feet, they're making sure they're light on their toes and prepared for any move the defender makes. Our initial defensive player is lined up just like a defensive lineman, nice and tight. Our offensive lineman kicks back, makes the punch, finds the second player coming from depth. This would be like a linebacker. He resets again, resets again. On this rep, you can see that not only is he getting 4 punches, but in between each punch, he keeps working his pass set, so he keeps gaining ground backwards. This is the point of the drill. The stress with 4 guys means it's one really long, continuous set. We're not just trying to stand our ground and have 4 punches. That's a different drill for a different time. With continuous set, work on proper footwork in a really elongated pass set that includes multiple punches, multiple defenders. Notice the great posture, proud chest, high hands. Punch, set, punch, set, punch, set, punch. On this rep, you'll see that when the defenders come really fast and there's 4 separate punches, even the best offensive lineman can get stressed and lose their technique just a bit. This is the point of the drill. Make sure our guys are able to hold their posture and hold a great solid punch in any circumstance. Another great point on this drill is to make sure that in between the different defenders, our offensive player isn't winding up his hands. Close quarters combat that is pass block means we want huge forces in small spaces. Our offensive guard here does a great job of keeping his hands up and high and in a really small space being able to generate power on the punch without winding up and losing his body position. More great reps of a short wind up and a quick snappy punch from chest level while keeping a good base and working those feet.
Use the chalkboard over here, and we're going to talk about firing out on a running play. Where's the ball going? What's our footwork? We'll get into anchorability now and the approach of a block. Here's the center, here's the quarterback. We're all good on that, all right? Here'll be a right guard and a right tackle. Here'd be a left guard and a left tackle. The first thing we're going to talk about, all right, is the ball coming right over our butt, all right? So this ball would be going right over the right guard. It could be going right over the center. It could be going right over the right tackle. The point I'm making is the approach of the running back and the football is going to be right up their fannies, all right? So for example, the center would be blocking a nose guard one-on-one when the ball's coming right up the center's butt. All right, if we're working with a right guard, all right, this guy would be head up with him. So we're working on a head up man when the ball's coming right over the top of him. So if I'm a right guard, the ball is coming right over the top of us. If I'm a right tackle, I have a man directly on me. The ball's coming right over me. So what we're working on now, fellas, is we are working on the ball carrier running right up our fanny. So again, I'll draw 3 different diagrams so I'm not confusing anybody. Okay, this is what we're going to do in this next little deal. All right. If we have a center, the ball's going to be going right up his butt. If we're working with a right guard, okay, the ball's going right up his butt, okay? If I'm the right tackle, the ball's coming right over his butt. So everybody's going to practice blocking a man that's right directly on him, all right? So that's why I wanted to use this diagram, all right? That's why it's very important for you dads at home and you players at home to know where is the football going, all right? So we are not practicing a play where the ball's going way over here. So the ball is coming right behind us. We are at the point of attack, all right? We're going to call this footwork jab and pop. So we're going to demonstrate now, and we're going to demonstrate how we approach the block, etc. Chris, you be like a defensive guy. It's as if I am blocking this man. The runner is coming right behind us, okay? So what I'm going to do with these guys is I am going to let them lean on each other. I'm the blocker. I'm going to lean on Chris, all right? So if you'll notice my footwork, and these guys will do it, if I'm the blocker, watch my first step, all right? I want to fire off the ball, but watch my first step. You lean on me a little bit. There you go. Did everybody just see what I did, all right? I didn't go backwards with my body, all right? I actually went forward with my body, but watch what the first foot does. I lowered my center of gravity. Do you understand what I'm talking about? All right, now watch my second step. All right, I go low, then lower. Again, I will show you the drill. Low, second step lower, and then right from there, I'm going to explode my hips. Both my feet are on the ground. We call this a jab and pop. Jab and pop. Everything is short steps, but again, fellas, we're not teaching the boys to fire out like that because we want to keep our base. We're lowering our center of gravity. The important thing is the upper body goes first. So, I'm up here, young man. Chris will demonstrate this from all angles. Let's get him from behind first. Let's say he's the right tackle. All right? Now, I want you to lean on him. Buddy, put your just hands on him. Lean on him real strong. All right? When I say set hut, watch this foot come up and down. Watch this second step go forward. Watch how he lowers his center of gravity on his first two steps. Now, let me talk about a major thing. With this type of blocking, see this butt here? We want anchorability. Anchorability is the ability to have some lead in your butt here. Strength, core strength, the ability to knock somebody back off the football. So we're working real hard on our squats, our power cleans, our deadlifts, whatever the strength coaches of the core training teach us, but this is probably the most important block of one-on-one blocking. The lead in your butt, the anchorability you have, and able to roll your hips and knock somebody off the ball. So if you got a skinny little butt, we got to get it a little bit fatter. Okay, Chris, let's just go set hut. Let's watch his footwork from all angles. So we're going to watch this foot first. The ball's coming over here. He'll treat this as the play side. We would call him, if he's the center, let's say we called this a two-hole play. Going right up the even number, we'll have Chris be the right guard. Here's the center, all right? All right, here we go. The ball's coming right over him. Okay, buddy, put your hands on him. All right, lean on him now. Watch his footwork on the hut. Ready, set, hut. One more time, all right? One more time. Watch how he lowers his center of gravity. First step, low. Second step, lower. When he hits the guy, he hits him off both feet. His feet aren't in the air. Ready? Set. Hut. Okay, all right. Let's look at that sideways now, okay? He's the right guard. Watch the foot. Now, what you should see in video, fellas, you should see his upper body going forward. That's why we have him lean on the guy. Because if we just did this on air, they'd be looking like this. Pass blocking. It's not pass blocking. We want the upper body to go forward, all right? Okay, here we go. Put him right head on him. That's why we have him lean on the guy. Lean on him. Watch this foot. It's really not going to go anywhere. He just lowers his center of gravity so he can get this foot on the ground. 1, 2, strike and lift. On hut. Ready? Set. Hut. One more time. Here we go. One more time. Make sure you don't step forward, Chris. Just pick it up and put it down. One more time. Here we go. On the hut. Ready? Set. Hut. Okay. Let's do the same thing now. Let's have Sam come up here. Let's have Sam be the left tackle. Here's the football. Sam, you're the left tackle. Chris, why don't you step in at left guard? Okay, why don't you get right on the top of him, all right? So we'll move over. We'll look at him from two different angles. All right, now we're looking at him from behind. So this is the first foot he's going to pick up, all right? The ball carrier There's the center, all right? The ball carrier is going to run right up Sam's butt right here and make a cut this way. So he's going to go straight ahead to block this man, all right? So this foot should pick up and go right down in place and get the second step on the ground. Okay, fit yourself in, big man. All right, lean on him. Really lean forward, Sam, so you feel like you can go forward, all right? Let's watch that left foot on hut. Ready, set, hut. Okay, attaboy. One more time. Here we go. Left foot first, then right foot. Put the whole foot on the ground, big man. Here we go. Ready, set, hut. That's a baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it from the side. That was excellent, Sam. Let's do it from this side right here. He's the left tackle. You get right over him. Get it left guard. Chris, right here, buddy. All right. Here's the ball. Okay, so we're going to watch Sam block a guy straight ahead. The ball's coming right over him. He'll pick this foot up and put it down. This right here, fellas, that is the staggered foot. That's the foot's behind. What we're doing is opening the hips so I can get the second step down. He needs to go low and lower. Here we go. On hut. Ready? Bend her down, bud. Set. Hut. Attaboy. One more time. One more time. See, that first step really doesn't go forward. If this foot is back deep enough in his stance, he might just pick it up and put it down. If this foot's more up, he may drop it a little bit. One more time, big man. Here we go. On the hut. Ready? Set. Hut. Atta baby. Good, good, good. It's kind of a momentum step, all right? Okay, let's go with you, son. Here. What's more comfortable for you? Right side? Right. Right side. Okay, right tackle or right guard? Guard. Okay, right guard. Come on over here. All right, Chris, if you could be straight on him. Sam, why don't you be the center? Okay, right here. Okay, here we go. Bend down, big man. All right, put your hands on him. There you go. Lean on him, okay? So lean on him real good. So when we take this first step and you pick it up and put it down, don't step forward. Pick it up, put it down. I want to see how low you can go when you pick that foot up and put it down. I want to see that second step, come down, and then kind of roll your hips. On the hut. Ready? Set. Hut. There you go. One more time, okay? What he did with the second step, he's a young guy. He's going to get better at it. He went like this, and he dropped that foot back, right? This foot gains a little ground. 1, 2. 1, 2. Here we go. Attaboy. One more time, big man. Here we go. On hut. Fit yourself in. Ready? Set. Hut. Okay, there you go. Okay, good. We've kind of got the idea. Okay, let's go with our big guy over here. All right, good football position, rolling those meatballs. Here we go, move your feet, buddy. All right, come on, come on. Attaboy, come on, baby. Come on, move, baby. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, good. Let's go ahead now. Now I'll give you different types of movements that we can do with this duck demeanor, okay? Watch what I'm going to do with Chris here. I'm going to send him forward, backwards, sideways, sideways. So when he's moving sideways, like pass protection, he doesn't want his feet to be really going like this. The feet are always tight feet, okay? All right, here we go, big man. Just watch my hands. Move your feet, move your hands, rolling meatballs, coming forward with me, buddy. Let's going back. Let's go this way. Tight feet, let's go this way. Come on, come on, come on. Faster, come all the way, faster. All right, back. Let's go this way. Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Okay, so we did keep them in that position and made them do more movements rather than just staying in place. Okay, young man, here we go. Now with you, what I'd like for you to do is put your feet a little wider and see if you can knock your knees in a little bit. Your knees got to kind of go in there just a little. Remember, we don't ever want to have weight up on our toes where we're going to fall forward. Everything is the whole foot on the ground. And the whole foot, we mean the insides of our feet. As he moves, I'd like him to stay on the inside of the toe and the inside of the heel. Okay? Not on the outsides of the feet. Everything is a bent knee football position. Weight on the insides of your feet, almost like your knocked knee. Okay, big man, here we go. Let's move our feet, move our hands, stay off your toes. All right, coming forward with me. Arch your back a little bit. Come on, going back. Atta, baby. Let's go over this way. Short step, going back. Come on up, big man. Right in place. Mirror me. Let's go this way. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go this way. All right, go away from me. Bend down, bend. Let's just start moving. Move your feet, just like this. Here we go. Atta boy. Come on. Move your feet. Move your hands. Okay, very good. Okay, so we combined the posture, the foot fire, and then we had a move. The big thing that we want to do, people, is we don't want the feet taking big steps. We call it tight feet. So when we're going forward, short short steps. When we're going sideways, short steps. So everything is a short step, wide base, butt down, head up.
Now, let's talk a little bit about gap plays. Gap plays are a great complement to zone-type plays. And the gap play that I'm going to talk about would be a power-type play where we have a double team between a guard and a tackle back to a designated linebacker. Some plays he would go to this linebacker. Some plays he would go to the backside linebacker. All right? And we might have a guard pulling like a power play. We might not have a guard pulling like a play that a lot of people in the NFL are running right now. Doesn't matter. We're talking about the double team. All right? The techniques that we'll talk about can be used all across the line of scrimmage. Play side guard center, play side guard tackle, play side tackle tight end. All right, here's one of the problems that we've always had on double team blocks. And guys, Dash, come on over here and be a 3 technique. All right, Chris, be a right guard, and Sam, be a right tackle. Right here, Chris, right here. Excuse me, right here, Dash, right here, 3 technique. This is right guard, this is right tackle. One of the problems we've always had on double team blocks, all right, is on deuce type of blocks, on power plays, gap plays, is that this guy comes in and he sets him up. He blocks him here, and now this guy comes in and his right foot, did you see what Sam did right here? His right foot went forward, and now Sam's working this way, and Chris is working this way, and we're not double teaming anybody. We're squeezing against each other. The ideal double team should look like this. Everybody turn around. Everybody turn around and face the other way. The ideal, flop it over, the ideal double team, if you're going to be running the power play, the ideal double team is to get butt to butt. All right? Now, here's an important point. The term high leg. When we have a double team and we have 2 adjacent linemen working together, we want to have high legs. Adjacent, high legs. So in other words, Sam is you stay right where you are, Sam. Sam is the right tackle. Notice that his left leg is high. Chris is the right guard. He is adjacent to Sam, so his right leg should be high. What's the importance of that? All right, number one, it means that we're not going to get split. We are strong on together. If he drops his right leg, drop your right leg, or Sam drops his right leg, now we get soft-shouldered and we're liable to be split. So we want to stay high-legged. We come back to a high leg. And as we drive this guy, we want to advance the stagger. So as they're coming, he's advancing, he's advancing, he's advancing, he's advancing. Now, bring it back, guys. How do we get to this squared position? It's really a hard thing to do if you try to take one step down and then try to come up and get square. And this is a technique that I learned about 12 years ago simultaneously from Jim McNally and a player that I had named Ryan Tucker from Cleveland. Jimmy was doing it in the Giants, and Ryan had been doing it at the team he came from. He had just discovered it. And we call it the gallop technique. And it's a way that we can get square with this guy. All right, now first of all, let's cover the covered guy. Jim went over that, so I won't go over it. But we just have the step right here. All right, I'm the right guard. All I do is I go boom, boom, hit and lift. All right, come on back in here, Chris. Now, how do we get this guy in here square? We do the gallop technique. And what the gallop technique is this. If I'm the right tackle, I go here. But instead of going here like has always been the problem, we now go gallop, lateral rather, and here, and then up. All right? Now we've closed the gap, we've got butt to butt, and we're able to keep the legs high together. All right? Chris, Sam, you have not done this hardly. You've done it a little bit. All right, so let's go a gallop and let's go a deuce block. All right, all you're going to do right here, Chris, is you're going to hit and set him up. You're not trying to drive him out. All right, we don't want this guy firing out and driving him out, because if this guy slanted away like a fire zone or something, we'd want Chris to be able to recover and get to the backside. All right, so you use the technique that Jim showed you earlier, where you're just going to go boom, boom, you hit and lift. All right, you jump on in here a little bit. You're not going to drive him, just hit and lift, and now you're going to come in and hit him in the ribs, okay? All right, and what you're going to do right here is you're just kind of going to get right down right here, Dash, all right? Just down right here, okay. Here we go, first sound, first sound. Hut! There's the gallop, look at the gallop. That's perfect, that's very, very good. Dash, come to right tackle. Dash is an 8th grader who has never, ever done this. In an FBU camp, though, he will. We're teaching all the kids in FBU this technique because it is the technique that people are going to now. All right, here we go. You understand it, Dash? Take your time. Take your time. All right, here we go. Just step at one time on your own. Just step at one time on your own. Go. Go. Boom, boom, and now up. The first step ought to be just a little more lateral, Dash. All right, because I don't want you getting upfield so far that you hit him on the edge. When you come up here, I want you to be butt to butt and right here. So your first step is lateral, okay? First time that he has ever done it, an 8th grader. All right, I find that in these camps, these guys learn this technique better than NFL guys do, right? All right, here we go. First sound. Hut! Not bad, not bad. That's not bad. Now, just remember the things Coach McNally taught you earlier. It's all here. It's all here, okay? No long strides. All right, let's flop it over. Chris, you come on in and do this. You're the right guard. You're the right guard, Dash. You're the right guard. You come over here. You're the 3 technique. All right, here we go. First sound. First sound. First sound. First time that Chris has ever done this. First sound. Hut! All right, good. That's perfect, Chris. What you would do right here, Dash, is that you would step away. You would saddle step away from him. Boom, and up with this one right here, okay? One more time, Dash. One more time. One more time. That was perfect, Chris. Perfect. Watch how he finishes, just like he did on the zone plays. First sound. Hut! There it is. There it is. Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect. Dash, just keep that right leg being the high leg, but that's a good job. Now, one other thing we have on these double team blocks, which may be a little bit unique, is this. I'm going to switch now, and I'm going to say Dash is a center, and I'm going to say Chris is a right guard. And let me just stand in here and be the nose guard for a minute. All right, let's say that we're running a lead play, and you guys are double teaming Dash back to the backside linebacker. Your technique is going to be exactly the same. Short settle, get that second step up in here, hit me and lift me, and you're going to gallop in a lateral gallop and up. Okay? Same technique. Now, all of a sudden, this guy here is not a shade anymore. He now becomes what we call a 0 technique. He's head up. So if Chris comes down on a lateral gallop, there's nothing to hit. All right? You're working up to that backer, there's nothing to hit. All right? So, what we do here is we change this to a diagonal gallop. And his technique changes. What Dash is going to do here, I'm going to turn my back to the camera just for a second. Dash is now not going to set away from him like he did when he was on the shade. He's now going to just set in place. He's going to snap, widen his base, and just do this. Here's what my right guard is going to do. He's going to come not laterally, but diagonally. Come on in here, Sam. He's going to come diagonally, and he is going to, and this guy, you're 0 technique him. He's just sitting there. He's been base blocked by the center. You don't know for sure where to go because he's just basing you. And you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, you're going to come with a diagonal step, another one, and you're going to take your shoulders and flipper and hit him in the ribs, and you won't have to even lean that far, and then you're up on the backer, okay? This is a different kind of deuce block here, guys. All right, Dash, you good on what you're doing here now? You're just going to snap, widen your base, get into him, do the things Coach McNally was showing you, okay? And Sam's not going to know what to do because he's a zero. He's reading you, and you're doing nothing. All right, here we go. First sound. First sound. Hut. Widen the base. Bang. Right in the ribs and go. Okay, and you'll keep the high left leg. All righty? All right, those are two kind of deuce blocks. They can be used all along the line of scrimmage.